Regarding homeland security, French SOCOM is very few involved in this part. The Homeland Security is a Ministry of Interior Affairs in France, and the most actors are provided by police forces, are provided by gendarmerie, and are provided by a special internal service. But we are working in close coordination with them, and I will give you two examples. We are providing helicopter support to GIGN, to the gendarmerie, if needed to intervene around Paris with our soft helicopter who are located in Villacoublay, close to Paris. And in case of massive hostage operation, we can be in support of gendarmerie if needed. Regarding the mission we can conduct abroad, there is two categories. First of all, the clandestine part, and that has to be very clear for everybody here. In France, there is a specific agency working for clandestine mission, and it's not the mission of the French SOCOM. It's totally separated. So we are in touch with them because we are sometimes on the same fields, but we are not working together, we are not acting together. So we are working in the area of, we are working abroad, and we are working mainly focused on offensive action, helped by the intelligence service. I mentioned before the creation of military intelligence directorate. We are working in close coordination with them, but the focus of French SOCOM is offensive action abroad. What are our special operation characteristics? As it has been mentioned before by the other speakers, special forces in France are involved for a strong political commitment. So we are reaching strategic objectives. And for that, we need a short chain of command, a political and military control as far as possible, but we keep always in mind the reversibility as far as we can. One word regarding confidential approach. Most of the operations are confidential before, within the operation, and some of them are always confidential after, of course. And that's difficult to explain today to our soldiers who are working on the fields with internet access on their mobile phone and so on. So it's really an interesting point to maintain, to control the information that can be that can be sent by our own soldiers. What we need also, on our point of view, is a lot of autonomy capability. That's why we built our joint system in order to be able to conduct with our own special forces our mission from A to Z. And then the last point is, of course, the training and equipment at the high level as possible. Why I'm saying that? Because we are always employed with a very short notice. Sometimes we have to send special forces with a notice of 24 hours. That's why we have to be ready, we have to play, we have to work with the crew belonging to SOF. Either they are from helicopter or tactical aircraft side. And also we have to be equipped with the last technology innovation. This is for me the main difference that we can stress on between conventional forces and special forces. When we send a conventional regiment in Afghanistan, he has to work for 6 months to be prepared to be sent. You have to compare that to our notice that sometimes can be 24 hours. So to sum up what are the operational characteristics, it's an operational freedom of action tool for the CHOD. What are the objectives of this French SOCOM? It's to federate the special forces from each service, to promote their use, to adapt and to enhance their capabilities. And the mission is very close from the previous mission presented here. It's to plan, to coordinate, and to conduct actions performed by special forces unit in order to reach military or paramilitary objectives ordered by our Chief of Defense. The words are very important, and this is just to highlight that French SOCOM is an operational command. And services are provided special forces to the French SOCOM to conduct special operation. It's not, it's an original system. Our French SOCOM HQ is a small structure. We are 80 people in Villacoublay, close to Paris, in a joint headquarters. And the most important part of this headquarters is the operational part, dealing with all the plan we can prepare for the future. And I just make a pause on this point. You have heard maybe about the operation we conducted in Mali on the 8th of January, trying to liberate 2 hostages we were released in Niger the day before. The 2 hostages were captured in a restaurant in Niamey at 2200 on the 7th of January. And the French SOCOM was able to intervene the day after, on the 8th of January, in the day, at 7,000 kilometers from Paris, with 2 tactical aircraft, with helicopters, with paratroopers, with people on the ground. And that was possible because we are joint, and because this plan was not made during the night. It has been synced before. This plan was prepared at the end of September 2010 and was conducted in case of on January. But I can come back on this subject later on. On this HQ, we are 80 people, but I would like also to insist on one point. We are working with a lot of reservist people. We have 150 people belonging to the soft reserve, and there are people with a high level working in different branches that we cannot have in our own defense. So we have experts in energy, in water, in juridic approach, in industry world, in order to provide us a bigger place. Where is the SOCOM position? As I mentioned, our HQ is in Villacoublay, but our SOCOM commander, Major General Frédéric Bette, has 2 offices. One in our headquarters, and the second is very close from our CHOD, because he is his personal advisor. The SOCOM commander is going to the CHOD to suggest to him how we can use the special forces. So he's his personal advisor, and of course we are also linked to the global operational channel through the operational DCOSOPs. And as you can see on this slide, forces are provided by the 3 different services. So the responsibility of the organic services is to recruit, to equip, and to train the special forces in order to be ready to offer special forces ready to conduct special operation. This is theory. In fact, French SOCOM is involved more and more in organic responsibility because we need to have a global coherence to equip our forces, to train them, and especially when the training is involving more than one component. So, French SOCOM mission is to plan and conduct special operations, and services are the provider of the special forces. So, French SOCOM is not a fourth service, as we can see in some countries. It's a joint component, and this joint component is built when there is an operation. Before that, the special forces are under the OPCON, the operational control of their own service. And when they are asked to be for a special operation, they are under the OPCON of the SOCOM commander. Regarding the interoperability, first of all, because we are joint, we have to be interoperable on our national area. But we are also involved in a European mission. We participated to EUFOR Congo mission. We participated at the framework nation in a EUFOR Chad mission. We are involved in Afghanistan with ISAF and OEF. So for that, we have to be interoperable, and sometimes it's a race that we have some difficulties to follow. Here on this map, you have the location of the different units, and I don't spend more time on this slide. What are the major missions of our units? Three services providing units. From the army side, 3 regiments. One regiment, which is named 1st RPIMA, which is focused on an action mission. The 2nd regiment is a 13 RDP, which mission is intel gathering. And the 3rd regiment, is the 4th RHFS. It's the regiment with our Special Forces helicopter. For the 1st RPIMA, you can see on this slide the different missions. They are focused on direct action, so they are able to conduct mountain or dismountain long-range infiltration patrol. They are expert in sniping and counter sniping, urban special operation, and VIP escort. They were involved also in NEU and in hostage release. For the 13 RDP, the Intel regiment, to be synthetic, this regiment is able to gather, to analyze, and to send an appropriate information to the at a good level. So they have all the package from the ground to the political level. For the 4th RHFS, the helicopter regiment, they are working with a medium helicopter, and our last one is EC-725 Caracal, and we are working also with an attack helicopter, the Tiger. Regarding the Navy side, we have a specific structure as HQ, which is named Alfusco, with an admiral at the head, and then 6 different commandos. Jobber and Treppel are specialized in maritime counter-terrorism. For Panfanteno, the main topic is intelligence on the Navy approach. For De Montfort, its main topic is neutralization, so all the fire support they can provide. And Hubert is our Navy SEAL commando located in the south of France. Kiefer was created. was created two years ago, and his mission is to provide an HQ to participate to an SOTG, and also this commando is involved in all the technical initiative we can have. Two examples: we are involved on a IED protection. Just keep in mind that our losses in Afghanistan are 50% provided by IED, so it's really a big concern for us. And we are working also with UAV and with the dog component. We are working with dog. We are able to find weapons, to find ammunition in the graves. For the Air Force unit, 3 units, one commando unit, which is really focused on the air-land integration, one tactical aircraft squadron, and one helicopter squadron. Because of the time, I will go directly to this point. We are lucky to have a dedicated tactical aircraft squadron for the French, the special forces. The crew are soft. The crew have a spirit, a soft spirit, and we work together in order to be very efficient the D-Day. And we are progressing very quickly because we know each other. The CP-18, the commando from the Air Force, is located on the same airbase than the Poitou. So they work each day together. They can recognize the voice on the commo, and it's really important for the security and for the operational side. And the Pyrenees helicopter flight is comparable to the Force Air HFS. I go on the mission. We are involved all the NATO South in special reconnaissance, direct action, and military assistance. And I will follow what was said before. The direct action is the end of all a process provided by the other mission. And it's very difficult to give a figure today. Is it 20? Is it 30? The direct action is the goal, but all the work is done before. So it's for us, it's impossible to give a figure, but the goal is always to be able to conduct this direct action. For the future strategy, first of all, we face a paradoxical evolution. At the beginning of the Special Forces, we were involved in offensive action, close to the insurgency. The French forces, Special Forces, worked with French resistance. And today, it's totally different. We are mainly involved in defensive action, fighting against counter-insurgency. So we have to find an adapted answer, and where South can intervene. First of all, Special Forces are a trend today. We have a kind of soft mania, and each country wants its own Special Forces. So maybe we have to define exactly what is a Special Force. Is it a paratrooper, or is it something else? And the second point is regarding the state responsibility abroad. We can see that we are more and more involved in a hostage operation. You have heard about the hostage we have in Afghanistan, the 2 journalists. We have hostages in Mali. We have hostages in Niger. So this is our political concern, so our soft concern. There is a multiform terrorist threat on our national soil, but also abroad. As mentioned before, there is a big impact of communication in our own media, but also in the other side media. And one point which is very important for us is a juridic approach of all the mission we are conducting. Just to go back to the 8th of January, the French SOCOM commander has to explain to the politic and to the juridic part what we have made and what why we conduct this mission like that. We have to be transparent, and this is very difficult for the special forces. And importance of technology, of course. Two example. If you have no rover on our fighter in Afghanistan, you are not part of the game. And if you have no UAV, you are not part of the game as well. So we have to be linked to this evolution. So as possible answers, we have to find the right balance between the man equipment and the command structure. We need to keep a robust operator, but also a technical operator, so don't load him too much, and keep very close to the initiative technology. So it's difficult to foresee the future, but special forces are an indispensable tool in these responses to emerging crises. Thinking and acting differently, a strong political stance, and a free access to modern technology. So French SOCOM, to conclude, is a young structure. It's a federative entity, an operational HQ, and a think tank which has to foresee what is unforeseen. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel. May I request General Amon to please make a presentation. Thanks.
All right. So, which is the presentation?